A matter of faith. Having been raised Catholic and then later joining the Mormon Church, I have some unique perspectives on life, God, and why things are the way they are. A friend of mine's daughter was in a horrible accident when the van that she was in with multiple people was T-boned on a major intersection. She spent time in the hospital recovering, but at one point there was either a blood clot or a fissure behind her eyes that needed to be operated on, and there was a lot of risk involved. This operation, as I remember it, was very risky in that they had to operate at the micro level behind her eye, but that if they didn't take care of it, it could result in complete blindness. So prayers were offered on her behalf by many, many people. So I put her name on our temple prayer rolls. My friend and I were commuter partners and often had wonderful, rich dialogue on religion, sometimes colorful, but always respectful. He told me of an interesting thing that happened, a miracle. His daughter was scheduled for surgery, but he brought her to his Catholic priest, who gave her a blessing, and that when she went to have her operation, they did one more scan and found that she no longer needed the surgery, that the clot or fissure or whatever it was called had miraculously disappeared. I used to run my dogs at the local football field. I had 3 Labradors at the time, and they loved a game of catch and retrieve. And I was pondering what had just happened with my friend's daughter. We had commuted together for 3 years and had these discussions about religion. And I looked up at heaven and I said, well, I don't know that there's any point in discussing religion any further, because he had this miracle in his own religious context, and therefore, why would he ever be interested in something else? Heaven replied with a soft voice, it was a matter of faith. Faith from the prayers of all those who offered up their prayers on the behalf of his daughter. Faith of his daughter in the blessing which she received, and all the love from the prayers which were offered up on her behalf. Faith in the correct principle that God does perform miracles. I learned a great lesson that day. It was a matter of faith. My heart was settled. And then the Spirit reminded me, you put her name on the prayer rolls of the temple. When we practice correct principles, we do indeed yield the promised blessings, no matter what religious persuasion we might be a part of.